So guys, today back from a video on the channel today where you're going to be predicting the Newcastle United FIFA 20 ratings. These are my personal opinion and I'm not trying to diss any Newcastle United players, but this is what I generally think EA will be making these players. Personally, I think some of them should be a lot higher and some of them maybe a lot lower, but this is what I think EA will do. And before I start the video, make sure I leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow my Instagram and stuff in the description. Obviously, I've mentioned it for ages now. Me other Instagram got taken down, so make sure to follow me new one. But let's get into it. We'll start off with the goalkeepers, work our way up to this forwards, and yeah, we'll start with the goalkeepers now. So here are my predictions for the goalkeepers. There's only 3 here, and here they are now. Martin Dubravka, I think he will get a +2 rating from his FIFA 19 rating. I think he will be a 79 rated goalkeeper. Personally, I think he should be an 80, but I'm going off what I think EA will do. He might only go to a 78, but I think last season he was one of the key players in our season and definitely one of the better ones, and you can see that he was great. Caldolo, I've kept them exactly the same. If the ratings are the same, I haven't really bothered to change any of the stats, which every stat will change, or some might say the same. But for me, Caldolo only played 90 minutes of football last season, and this season he's played 90 again, but yet again that was in the cup game, so we'll have to just see what happened. And that's Darlow, I've kept him the same. And Rob Elliott, I've put -2. He didn't get in the squad once last season, but I think he might be in plans with Steve Bruce, because you could see Rafa Benitez didn't want him at the club, but you never know. But that is my predictions for the goalkeepers, and we'll move on to the defenders now. So we'll start off with the defenders now, and here they are on screen now. Kevin Clark, I've put him 1 down. I've put him to a 75, still a gold, which is obviously good, but Kevin Clark, he's never really going to get used on FIFA or really in real life. He did alright against Leicester in the cup, but I can't really see him playing any Premier League games this season. Yeah, I put him down 1 rating. Paul Dummett is the first player to get a position change. I have done a couple of position changes, so Paul Dummett for me goes up a rating. He goes up by 2 to a gold. He's never been a gold on FIFA, so I want obviously I want to see him get a gold. +2 rating, and he's a centre back. He didn't really play left back at all last season, so I think he will get moved to a centre back. And Paul Dummett is obviously a fantastic player. Moving on to Fabian Shaw. He should have had a team of the season last FIFA. He should have, but he got 4 informs. 4 informs. He's in form for Cardiff when he scored 2, then Burnley, then Leicester away, and then Fulham away. So fantastic season from Fabian Shaw last season. He should go up to a 79 there, in my opinion. Probably more, but I think a +4 rating for that good of a season for Fabian Shaw, what he deserves. But he couldn't really got a team of the season, because on the week he did get his final team of the week. That was Premier League team of the season, so he could have came out on the SBC, he could have came out on weekly objectives, but he didn't. So Fabian Shaw, 79 rated. Jamal Lascelles, I've kept exactly the same. Couple of injuries didn't help his season last season. I didn't think he was the standout player at all. Jamal Lascelles, I've kept exactly the same. Jetro Willems, I've put him +1. I thought, you know what, he's joined a big club, you might as well just put him at 1. I didn't really see what he done last season for Frankfurt, but I put him at a +1. Emil Kraft, I've also done a +1 on him. He is a silver, which, if that is his card, I would never use him. Anyone's going to use Yedlin or Manquillo, but yeah, I think Emil Kraft will never get used on FIFA, but yeah, we'll have to just see what happens to him. Federico Fernandez, I've kept exactly the same. He might get a 1 rating down because of his age, but he was really good at the start of the season last season, so Federico Fernandez keeps his card. And Matt Ritchie, I've kept him the same rating. I think he deserves a rating, a plus rating, but I don't think he'll get it. And he's the second player to get a position change, and he's a left wing back now. So Matt Ritchie, obviously a fantastic player, obviously injured at the minute, but he should be back soon. Matt Ritchie obviously had to come in at left wing, but we had nobody. Manquillo was playing right back, Yedlin was always injured, we didn't have a left back, and a left wing back, sorry, so Matt Ritchie came in and he's done a fantastic job there. Javier Manquillo, I've put him at a down -1. I think he might stay the same. I can't see him going up to a gold. But Javier Manquillo, I've put him down because he didn't really play as much games last season. Near the end of the season, yeah, he was quite good, but if you look how many games he played last season, I don't think that's enough to keep his rating or get a rating up. Florian Lejeune, if he gets a rating up, fair, but if he gets a downgrade, that's absolutely ridiculous. When he was playing for Newcastle, I think we only lost around 3 to 4 games, and that was from January all the way to April. We lost to Manchester United, Chelsea, and then he was playing in that Manchester City win. He played in that Spurs loss. So all the teams that we lost to when Florian Lejeune was playing, they were against big teams, and Florian Lejeune's a fantastic player, and it's going to be hard for our team selection in defence when he comes back, because he's a fantastic player and one of the best centre backs I've seen in a very long time in a Toon shirt. Going on now to DeAndre Edlin, I put him a down rating. Still a gold. He will be a very OP player. I'm sure loads of people will be using him because of his pace and get up the field on FIFA. But DeAndre Edlin, I've put him down. A couple of stats have came down because he didn't really do as good last season, so a downgrade for Yedlin. And Jamie Sterry, I've just decided to keep exactly the same because he hardly played for the Toon last season. That is my defenders. We'll move on to the midfielders. So here are the midfielders. Starting off with Kae-Sung Young, I've put my downgrade to 75. I think it was because he hardly played near the end of the season. He was good in some games, but some games he didn't really stand out, and his age is getting older, so I think Kae-Sung Young will go to a down to a 75. John Joe Shelvey, it was a disappointing season for him, and he's always a good player to have on FIFA. He really is. You can put him in a CDM role and he will do really good on FIFA. I think John Joe Shelvey will get a downgrade because he didn't really play as much games last season because of injury, didn't help, but he didn't really play, did he? Alain Saint-Maximin, I was going to put him as an attacker because he does play as an attacking role, but I've just put him as a midfielder. Alain Saint-Maximin, I've given him a plus rating from the start of the year. He did get a 78 rated, and then he went up to a 79 in the January upgrades. He did get a future star player, which is good, same with Joelinton. So I've given him a +1. He could maybe even go to an 80, maybe even an 81. We'll have to just wait and see, but 79 rated for Alain Saint-Maximin. Isaac Hayden, he probably deserves to be a gold card, 100%. He's played now 100 games for the Toon. That was his 100th game against Watford, and I think Isaac Hayden deserves a gold rating in my opinion. He was the reason why we stayed up last season. He helped us so much, not just with gold, with absolutely everything. He was probably a great player in the dressing room, but Isaac Hayden should be a 75 rated, 72 last year. Let's get my gold. Miguel Almiron, I've put my downgrade, and I think 80 rated. I think that's quite high because he done so well at Atlanta. They had to rate him on his season there, no matter what league it is. I think Miguel Almiron will get a downgrade because he still hasn't got a goal or an assist. I think it's still patience. I think as soon as he gets gold, he'll be a much better player. But Miguel Almiron, I've given him a downgrade. Sorry to anyone who, hopefully this proves you all wrong if you put a comment saying, how can you put him this? And I hope that actually do get the rating I give them, so I can just tell you that. Christian Atsu, he scored 1 goal last season against Liverpool and hardly played. Yes, injury didn't help Christian Atsu, but he couldn't get into the team. Kennedy, who was really bad, couldn't even take him. So I've put him down to a silver. It looks mad Christian Atsu being a silver card because he's been such an OP player, but he's done well recently against Watford and Spurs, so hopefully he keeps the season going well. And on to the biggest upgrade of them all, it's Sean Longstaff with a +10 rating. +10 I've given him. Fair play to Sean Longstaff. If he's a bronze, because that'll be ridiculous, he's got to be up in that level. 73 rated. His stats don't show it, but I've just adjusted the stats a little bit. I haven't went into full detail and whatever, so Sean Longstaff deservedly needs to be a silver. I don't think he's at that gold level yet on FIFA, but definitely a silver. And I decided to make a Matty Longstaff card because he's featured in some of the games. He's doing training with the first team. I decided to make him a card, and I've given him a 59 rated. He's played that game against Leicester. He was really good, but yeah, good work from Matty Longstaff getting into the first team. And that's all the midfielders done. We'll move on to the attackers now. So 4 attackers for the tune, and I'm on screen now. Andy Carroll will start off with. I've given him -1. He didn't really play that last season again with West Ham, but he's going to be our super sub. He's going to be the player who we can bring on and be excited for. He's expected to make his return against Liverpool, so hopefully he does. But Andy Carroll, he's your big man. He can score your headers, and a little starter player maybe. It's him and Jordan up top, or him and Mudo maybe. He's the big man, small man, but Andy Carroll can't wait to see him in the 2-shirt again. And now on to Joelinton now. He's got the second biggest upgrade. I was surprised, right, because I didn't know. I knew that he got a feature star on FIFA 19, and that was an 86 rated, but I didn't realise he was only 69 rated on FIFA 19. 69. That's really low, and I think he will get a gold card. I think he will be our highest rated attacker in 77. The stats, if that's his card, it's not a bad card, but he is guaranteed a 1 to watch. He already tweeted that he will be getting a 1 to watch, so that is great news. I don't think they can do a 1 to watch from 2 of the same clubs. So I don't expect Alan St-Maximin. If Alan St-Maximin does get one and Joelinton gets one, that'll be perfect. But if Joelinton gets a 1 to watch and it's a decent card, I'll probably just keep him throughout the full FIFA and just have him there. Dwight Gale now, I was going to put him down to a downgrade because he's not going to play for Newcastle, but he scored 20 plus goals in the Championship. Yes, it's a Championship, that's his level, but yeah, I think Dwight Gale, it's a decent card on FIFA. It's probably arguably better than Joelinton, Carroll, Muto. He's probably got a better card than all them, but it's Dwight Gale. We don't want him here. On career mode, he won't be useful. He's at the peak of his career now when he's getting injured. That isn't great. Joelinton will be great on career mode, like Longstaff. Hayden's a good one on career mode. But Dwight Gale, I've decided to keep the same. And now onto Yoshinori Muto. I've just put him down 1 because he hardly played last season. I can say now he will be a big part of Steve Bruce's plans this season, and I hope he does because obviously everyone knows that he's your talent. Yoshinori Muto, -1, and still a goal card, so that's good. So there are my attackers. I've done them all now. If you want to see me react to the ratings when they actually come out, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel because I will react to them when they're fully out, because obviously this is a prediction. I don't know who is getting what. Obviously, the only thing that I know is Joelinton's getting a 1 to watch, but we don't know any ratings. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and obviously international break, but I'll be making videos, probably not daily, maybe one every 2 or 3 days. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.